Okay.
Yeah, I guess yet again everyone's gonna go off running, doing things, and I gotta shoot people for them. Yeah, I'm fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, you have to put.
We
You don't
hired
have
you
to
for a
put them
reason.
back together.
Okay, hold on. Chill. Here we go. I have switched this over so anybody watching YouTube can actually see us now, or see some of us now. 4 of us. So thank you guys for coming tonight. Every Monday night we play this game, except for last week because last week sucked for everyone. So I want to start off giving folks the opportunity to go around and talk
Yeah, I
about
guess
your characters.
yet again everyone's gonna go off running,
Quick
doing
question.
things, and I gotta shoot people for them. Yeah, I'm fine. Go ahead.
How do we
Hey,
get it so
you
we
have to
can
put-
see?
We
You don't
hired
have
you
to
for a
put them
reason.
back together.
Okay, hold on. What is going on? Here we go.
You can. You said you've
anybody watching YouTube can.
on. You said on YouTube you can see some of us.
Yes. You're too
Ha-
late, man. That you needed to be here an hour ago to get that set up.
Oh, look, the broken down droid is late to technology.
Shots fired.
My brain is dead.
Totally fired.
I've had exams.
Okay, so
You always have exams.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do a rundown of everybody. Just give me like the 45-second elevator pitch of who your character is. We'll start with CB.
Okay, I am. Sorry. I am playing Fallon Serenko. I'm the captain of the Aurora. My character found it wrecked, put it back together, and is now donated to the Rebel cause.
Cool. And next we have Jujana. Cam, press to talk.
Press to talk.
Yes, I keep forgetting I have that.
He does video. He doesn't do audio. It's okay.
This will happen a lot. So, Dujana, he was a sergeant major in the Grand Gungan Army, fought in the Battle of Naboo when he was 16. He is now, I think, somewhere in his 50s at about when this happens. He is a commander and a tactician.
Awesome. Taz. Michael.
I play Michael Von Saren, a turncoat Imperial slicer.
Awesome. Aura?
Hi, yeah, I play Oro Mon Calamari. He is your research and equipment guy. Give him time and possibly money, and he will find things out for you and or make things.
I very recently watched the Star Wars Clone Wars episode where they were fighting on Mon Cal, or on whatever the name of the planet is. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. I thought about your character. Anyway, Onus.
Want to wave good night to everyone?
My character is a former Zabrak bounty hunter. She has destroyed her whole colony, and she's pretty angry about the whole thing.
Okay. Zabraks do be like that sometimes. Cobble.
They do.
Who is probably talking but muted.
No. Kabul is technically speaking, he is he's a class 1 2-1B surgical droid. However, as the name says, he's a bit of everything at this point. And he is the medic of the group.
Okay. And Riz?
Yeah. Riz, short for Rizelwad. Rizelwad Lin is the pilot of the Aurora. Has been with Fallon for Fallon or Phelan?
He stepped away for a second.
Well, do you remember which one is correct? Because
Phelan.
Do not.
Phelan. Thank you. It's been with Phelan
really big all of a sudden.
on the Aurora for some time, and basically enjoys flying and being a badass and not having people try to tell him what to do when he's flying. Otherwise, reasonably chill Duros. Yeah.
Word. And Rundvas, Val.
Oh, my turn. I'm a diplomat. We'll go with human diplomat. That is part of the.
Of course you're a human.
Yeah, I am. The Rebel Alliance. And that's all I gotta say about my character right now.
Okay. And then Shavik. Is that correct?
Yep, Shavik. Shavik
Cool.
is your resident Wookiee who, having been busted out of slavery by early members of the Resistance, has signed on and has been assigned to make sure that Ronvos doesn't get herself perished.
So far, you did an awesome job. Okay, so
Hey,
that's the.
so we're 1 for 1, Run. Quit while we're.
It's true. It's true. So does anybody have any questions for other people? Are we good to go?
I do.
Sure.
Have any of the organics injured themselves?
Oh my god. Ask in character. Also, on the
Are you going to
stream.
do it? Are you going to do a recap of last time?
Yeah, I was about to
Okay.
do that.
Okay. Cool.
Also on the screen, I have I believe that's everyone. Yeah, it is. I have the list of who's in the voice chat so that folks can see who's talking at any given point in time. And then also we have a channel on our Discord, Aurora Crew Chat, which is for folks to go through and like do roleplay and stuff that isn't necessarily like, quote, main room stuff. So like while things are happening, all of the little chit chat that you guys are having, we put into that Aurora Crew Chat. That way everybody's not shouting it over each other and everyone gets their sort of 5 minutes, if you will. So on the stream you can see that also. And I'm gonna probably make that a little bigger once y'all start chatting with each other. Okay. So the rundown of last game. Last game you guys found yourself on a world that was formerly very heavily controlled by the Empire. And you were there in order to meet up in a place that was relatively neutral and get your first orders. So as a giant pack of aliens with a couple of humans, march into this planet that is functionally all humans because it was very tightly controlled by the Empire. You all came together, you met each other, formed a crew. You became a cell in the Rebel Alliance. The newly formed Rebel Alliance. Or I think it's the Alliance for Galactic Freedom or something like that.
Alliance to Restore the Republic.
That's the one. Thank you, CB. Also, CB is an awesome draftsman, so I think at some point we're gonna have sort of a drawing of the ship, the Aurora, which is the same kind of ship as they have in the Star Wars Rebels show. It's a VXT 100. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
VCX 100.
VCX 100, yeah. So it's a Corellian ship. It's sort of like a different freighter line, but similar to like the Millennium Falcon. So, a few of you went into the market. This is a very human market. And all you were told was that you would know your contact when you saw him. I'm pretty sure that it was pretty clear that when you guys walked into the market and there was oh god, what the hell is their race called? I forgot and I didn't write it down.
Non-human.
Yeah, you saw a non-human, the race with the 3 eyes. Oh god, I forget what they're called offhand. No, not Salubri. That's the wrong game.
Tricops.
Your healer is a droid, damn it. You guys saw him, you walked up, he was shady AF. You got some real cool gear off of him. And Gran, yes, a Gran. And he gave you guys a data pad that had some advertising on it. And this advertising pointed to a luxury Starliner cruise with coordinates for where you should go to pick up this cruise. So you left the planet. And you headed to... God damn it, I have all this written down. Oh, shit, that's why, because this is my D&D notes from our D&D game. Okay. Woo! I was like, where did it all go? Who is Dolores?
Hey, I remember her.
Okay, so I did have Gran written down. I was just looking at the wrong goddamn page. So you guys go to Fondor. And when you get to Fondor, you realize that this planet is very heavily controlled by the Empire. There's Star Destroyers. This is a gigantic shipyard planet. But the coordinates put you right near the moon. And some of you happened to remember that a couple of centuries ago, this moon broke away from Fondor because they wanted to preserve the moon so that it didn't get destroyed by the shipyards. And then you basically found what amounts to a garden in space where people were having a farmer's market. You made some arrangements. You picked up a fuckload of transparasteel and headed down Moonside, where you guys arrived at one of the huge cities, one of the very compact, very large cities on the moon, and checked yourselves into the hotel. At least one of you has a bead on a potential place for you to go set up your base. So, that's where we are. We're gonna, in true cinematic style, we're gonna jump forward a couple of days. Say you guys have gotten roughly acclimated to the area, so anything that your character would, any like local groups that your character would have, contacted, gotten in with, you've made those contacts, you know some people. I'm totally good with you being able to like call on folks that you might not otherwise, because in the end, like sitting around trying to make nitty-gritty contacts is not fun. So, here we are. You're in your hotel. It's been, say, 5 days. You've all been doing your own thing. And Runvus gets another communication saying, "How is your search going?" Take it from here.
Okay, so I got another thing about how my search is going for what we're supposed to be looking for on Moonside.
Yeah. So you guys were sent here to start the process of setting up a new rebel base on this Fondor moon.
Oh, right. And then I'm supposed to find a spot for it.
Right, exactly.
So I'm assuming that I haven't yet then, because obviously that's where we left off last time.
Well, I mean, there's at least one party member who has a bead on a place. So if they would come forward, then they're more than welcome to. If they wouldn't, then I suppose that's up to you, as you are the de facto base commander at the moment.
So no one has told me who that has this, and it wasn't me, right? That had the information on it.
No, it was not.
Okay, I was just double checking before I enter my email. I haven't really found a place yet.
Hold on, reading
Oh,
the
wait,
thing.
is this the thing
Hold on,
that you...
give me 2 seconds. I think I have a thing.
I was giving people a few moments to think about if they had got it and forgot.
Was this the the original message for them to
Nope.
create the base that Jujana? No? Okay, never mind.
Somebody sent me some stuff and then went to follow up on it during game last 2 weeks ago, and let's see. Let me make sure that I'm not like crazy and they're not. No, they're still in the voice chat, so they can hear me. But they're more than welcome to stay quiet.
Are you talking about me?
I am talking about you, Michael.
Because I never found a location. I was mostly trying to get equipment.
You were given some information about an abandoned warehouse with a giant communications dish on it.
I do not remember this, but it was 2 weeks ago, so...
That's fair. Okay, so last game, Michael went off to try and go do some shady things, you know, as Michael is wont to do, your local resident slicer, and was told by some folks in the underworld when he was doing his shady stuff that there was this old warehouse factory building that had been sort of abandoned and it was just sort of sitting empty. But they used to need to transmit and receive plans from on-world and, in fact, from other planets. And therefore it has this communications tower that is attached to it. And something about this mission of founding a base led by a diplomat sort of triggered Michael's thought process. And it's been 2 weeks, so here we go. Of, you know, if we need to have some kind of base with aggressive communication capabilities, that building might just do.
So yeah, Michael would have relayed this information.
Okay, so I guess I tell the person that asked me about the information that Michael had
Does
found.
Michael make this
long as-
information available to the party or just Reyna?
I mean, I would start with just Reyna, but he would have handed it off to anyone who was particularly interested.
Well, once
Since, you know, he sort of disappeared for a couple hours.
It's true.
So once this has been like looked into and decided that it's valid as a place, I definitely would have let everyone know about it.
Okay, so over the course of these 5 days, you sort of start to case it, and it looks like it's probably going to be safe for you to go in, but you haven't actually like made a point of trying to break into the building or anything.
Okay, so which one of we have a sneaky person, don't we? Or a couple of sneaky people?
We also
Not
have a
it.
splicer.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
a splicer.
I'm kind of the person to break into a building.
So I would ask Michael to ever so kindly try to break into this building to check it out to make sure it is 100% what we need, and also probably have I believe Onus is our sniper.
Yes, I am.
Yes. So like have Onus go with Michael just in case.
So Oro
You know,
would
since I
like
don't have a
to
gun.
research the heck out of this building before that happens, if that's something you're amenable to.
That I am fine with that, because once we cased it a little bit and figured it might be good, I would have brought it to everyone and been, hey guys, this is our possible start for a base and what my plan was, and then or researching it, because that's what they do.
That's actually an awesome segue, because I just rolled your duty in the rolls and stats, and I got a 15. Actually, I wanted to tell you guys I sort of made a decision halfway between games that if someone has a duty type that is the active duty type, I'm going to give you guys 1 duty rating if you're able to, like, as a group, fulfill that duty, as long as you sort of participate in the process. So for last game, Oro and Jujana both would have gained 1 duty. So you guys are both at 6, and Cobble is at 7. Today I rolled a 15, and that means that today's featured duty is Oro with support. So it's sort of appropriate that Oro does this research and then needs to deal with this run-down building.
Cool. So I would like to make a research roll.
Okay.
What do I do?
Well, let's see. So what's going to be the skill for research, do you think?
I imagine it's based on the knowledge appropriate to the whatever.
Yeah, so pitch me an idea.
Because
What
the
do you
two,
think? This is like
two-
a mid-rim world, or maybe a colonies world. So
there's two avenues that I'm interested in. One is looking for like the official records of this building, blueprints, certifications, specs, all that sort of thing.
so
But
that's going to
also
be computers
looking,
for sure.
and then also wanted to look at things like the news of this planet and this building and see if there's anything, like if this already has a bad rep or anything like that.
Yeah, so go ahead and make me a computers roll first. We'll say it's probably like a difficulty 2. It's about an average difficulty for this.
I remove one something from researching.
One blue die, which there aren't going to be any blue this time. It's going to just be 2 difficulty, so 2 purples.
This says one. This is remove a black, but
okay. I'm sorry. Blue is good. Black is bad. You're right. So there
But
aren't
there's none of that, so
any situational, like you're not rushed. You guys have 5 days to do this, so
Okay.
there are no like environmental penalties. It's just difficulty 2. So your skill plus 2 purples.
and that's P, right? PP right after the.
Yeah, correct. There isn't like a good just master list of the skills. I just need to pull up somebody's character sheet. Awesome. That's an awesome roll. Okay, so you are able to. I need more space in my room near my desk. This is my problem right now. Okay, so you have 3 successes and a threat. So your 3 successes, you are definitely able to get the blueprints. You're able to get like a full-on schematic of the building, and you notice something odd. At the edge of the building, it appears that there was a reported cave-in, which seems really strange because it's basically under the ground level. Why would there have been a cave-in? And that's what's reported there. But you can definitely also see that this is basically a 5-story warehouse, and then there's like basically 2 floors of offices and administrative probably space, and then another big lab on top of that, or it's labeled lab, and then the schematics show that the communications tower rises above that, not quite to the top of the buildings, but you guys are pretty much on the outskirts of the city for this building, so it's high enough that you're able to broadcast out of the city with no problems. I'm going to say that anyone who is doing something related to, like, getting around the building or something like that, moving around the building, finding somewhere to hide, following people through the building, you guys are going to get 1 blue environmental die. So you're going to get 1, like, yeah, whatever they're called, the blue dice.
Alright.
The threat. Well, so you see that cave-in, and then as you're looking for information, more and more information about this building, you do discover that at least in the last 10 years, there's been a couple of reports of smugglers using that building as a way to get things in and out of the city. It doesn't quite... Nothing really jumps out at you as why they would be using that spot and how they would be using it to get out of the city. But there are reports that there are some smugglers that have been using that spot to get in and out of the city.
Sounds legit, given the
Cool.
information.
I share it freely with everyone.
We can take smugglers if necessary.
I need a charge port.
Hey, I happen to like smugglers.
I didn't say there was anything wrong with them. I'm just saying we could take them. That's all.
And once we take
Fair.
care of them, we can worry about fixing the foundation and that charge port for the droid.
Charge port, good.
Are we, where are we taking them? Because I don't know if we have enough for extra hotel rooms.
So I think what we want to do is at least check it out. Michael and at least Michael and Onus can go the first time and stealthy check it out, unless anyone else feels that they have something to add in checking the building out. I would like it to be. Go ahead.
I have scanning equipment, but I can also do that from like a kilometer and a half away.
Okay. Now the scanning equipment, will that tell you if there's anyone in the building then?
Should, I think. It's
So
new. I'm
why
playing with
don't
it.
we start with that first?
Okay.
And then if you're not comfortable going into the building,
Nope. That's nope.
I do have some scanner goggles that have capabilities of seeing infrared, so I mean we should be able to have something even closer.
Cobble has scanning equipment.
Okay, so we will start with Oro's scanning equipment. Have more people on standby if there are multiple people in the building. And if not, then it can just be Michael and Onus to check it out, and then have everyone else come after it has been cleared. So let's start with that.
Sounds good to me.
So yeah, no, I like it. So Bree, I have the general purpose scanner, the 500 credit one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it says kilometers. It might not be that far, but
So those are basically like binoculars, right?
common scanners are usually small handheld device. Simple rugged scanners. Scanner can detect nearby life signs. Here, I'll copy paste.
Okay. I'm just over here breaking things on the stream, sorry.
There, I put it in general. I have a picture.
Okay, give me 1 second, I'll go check that out.
Yeah, it's the beefier scanner available. So I might be wrong on the not kilometer and a half. I might need to be closer.
Oh, it's the better version of the goggles I have.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Mine are wearable though.
Oh yeah, the last sentence. Scanners have an operational range usually up to 1.5 kilometers.
Macro, you said?
Okay.
Did you see?
So, I mean, I'm gonna say that that'll probably scan through like thin walls, but not like thick, like load-bearing walls. So you'll be able to scan a lot, but not necessarily like the whole building because it's got walls and stuff like that.
I'll do what I can get, and
yeah, absolutely. Cool. Now the Rolls channel is also in the stream. Okay, so who all is heading over there?
Me and Onus.
Okay, cool.
And Oro and
Oh, gotcha.
close. And on backup, definitely the Wookiee, because the Wookiee can put some holes in people.
I'm
But
sure I
mostly-
can negotiate.
and
Aggressive
then
negotiations.
they can decide if they need anyone else depending on like where is this in like to everything else?
What do you mean by everything else?
Like, what is it near, or is it by itself?
And if they
It's
need
definitely
to
not by
bug out
itself.
back to the ship, like how far from where the Aurora is landed or
It's
docked
like
or whatever?
it's about halfway across the city from there. So you guys are pretty much in the center, like in the central area of the city. And this building is on like the outskirts.
Okay, because I was more of a seeing where to kind of be stealthy about it, because we have a lot of aliens or non-humans.
So this moon has a high population of Mon Cal, and it's really friendly to aliens.
Okay, that's
Yeah, so that's
what-
not as much a concern here. That's actually one of the reasons why the rebellion thinks that a base could survive here. In fact, there are
Okay.
rumors that there's already a base here.
Okay. That was what I was checking. So if like we're hanging around like maybe a mile back
Right, for sure.
somewhere, that it's not that big of a issue.
Right.
Because that would be like my plan, is like the other people that are capable of fighting / possibly negotiating depending on what they find, we're not so far away that, you know. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. So,
Works for me.
you all head forth. You leave the hotel in a way so as to make it appear that you're just sort of going about your daily business, which isn't really that hard at this point. You guys have sort of been in the area milling about for a while now. As you get closer to the outskirts of the city, you're starting to notice that this is sort of just like any other city that you would find on a very highly populated world, but you remember that as you were flying in, this isn't a very highly populated world. You're coming towards what could be a regular sized city on a normal world, even though where your hotel is, you could be mistaken for being in Coruscant. As you get there, you're noticing that the edges of the city tend to be a little nicer in terms of the residences. And it seems like there's a possibility that that has to do with the fact that there's more open sky, there's more space. The homes, you can tell homes because they have transparent steel walls that look out onto the plains rather than solid walls. And... Sorry?
Oh, I just had a question. I was going to ask, is there plains or are there forests? Because I thought there was forests, but maybe.
So I don't imagine that the dense forest would have come right up to the city.
Gotcha.
But like there are definitely mostly dense forests. We'll say, let me write this detail down so I'm absolutely positive that I don't make that mistake again. But let's say that there's like a small plain that leads out to the forest.
So basically, if we walk out there, everybody's going to see us.
Into the plains, yeah.
I turn to the others and say, well, how are we going to make this look, oh, I don't know, not suspicious?
So the building you guys are looking at is still sort of abutted to all of the other buildings around it. It's not on its own, standing out in the plain or anything. But you are at the edge of town, which, for those of you with, like, tactical mindsets, say, this is actually probably going to be a good position for you as a rebel base, because it means it would be easier for you to flee the city if you needed to, but at the same time, you're in the city enough that it'll allow you to leave the building and go into the city with less attention. Okay, so as you come in view of this building, it looks pretty much exactly how Oro described it to you. It's a large factory-looking building. There are some transparent steel windows on the face of it. Two of the sides abut buildings, and then behind it, the schematics showed that there was another road, alley, speederway, just like you're in now. As you look up, you're noticing that it's at least 12 stories high, and you can see the tower that goes above it. That goes at least another 40 stories up. And then on top of it is a big radar dish. That radar dish has like a big crack and a chunk fallen out of it. At some point, something hit that.
Okay, well, no time like the present. Let's get.
Okay. So for Onus and Michael, you approach the front of the building. Oro, you scan, and your scans don't reveal anything that you think might be dangerous. As best as your scanner can tell, there's nobody in the accessible from the outside parts of the building.
Okay. Yeah. No. The near the outside bits are good. But this thing doesn't pick up. This thing will pick up actually, Bree. Radio signals, comlink signals. So seeing if there's anything coming and going as well.
I mean, there's
from
a
this
ton
building.
of chatter around you. There are folks milling about. You're not like in a deserted area by any means, and there's definitely like air speeders going above you and stuff like that. Folks going about their daily business. In terms of signals coming out of the building itself, it doesn't appear that there are. If there are, then they have some way to stop scanners from being able to see them. But that doesn't sound like any tech you've seen in a world like this.
Okay, so it should be good. I'll keep monitoring the comm links while they're in there, just in case something happens. I'll hear
Absolutely. Okay, so Onus and Michael, you guys head in through an entrance that Michael was told about. So you're sort of occluded as you're entering. You get inside and you're in this large open area. And it definitely was a warehouse. There's some crates in there. There's a lot of what looks like leftover just junk, goods that really don't have a heck of a lot of value. And then you can also
I'm gonna make sure my goggles are on.
Yep, absolutely. So as you're scanning the environment, you find a catwalk that's on the side near you, and it looks to you like that would be a good spot for you to set up if you guys were going to come in here as a group and investigate this warehouse. That would be a good spot for you to have the high ground to be able to see if anybody's coming in from any of the entrances. In the meantime, you guys start to move through this warehouse, and you see on the far side there is a stairwell that goes out of into the wall of the the warehouse, and then there's also like a turbo lift, but that doesn't seem to be operational. Like the screens that are on it don't appear to be functional.
All right, but is there a chance I can try and plug in, see how much the computer systems are running in the...
You certainly can.
I'm just going to take a defensive position while he does that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Michael, let's go ahead and get a computers roll. And this is going to be difficulty 4 because you're trying to get into a system that isn't powered up and probably is damaged. But you are going to gain a blue die because of Geo's research, because of Oro's research.
How do I add a blue die?
Blue is B.
B. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll do computers. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it doesn't show the dice pictures in the stream. That sucks.
It's a shame.
Okay, so you got 2 successes and 2 threats. Okay, so you get this turbo lift powered up. You get the computers at least accessible to you. When you do that, the computers come up, and Onus, are you like in a spot where you can keep an eye out at this point?
Yes.
Okay, so when Michael gets the computers powered up, you see the data screens come on in front of him, but then you also hear what you think might have been the sound of maybe a small explosion, like maybe some kind of thing overpowered and exploded.
Can I tell where it came from?
It sounded like it came from, at the very least, 1 floor above the warehouse. Probably more than that, though. So it's definitely in the building. It's just on one of the higher floors.
I think you popped something.
Did I pick anything up?
Yes, you start to hear all kinds of chatter coming from the building. It's like all of the computers in the building just started to pop back on. And then you guys all hear all of you on the outside hear what sounds like an electrical discharge and then a pop, like when a transformer explodes.
I think you should turn that back off.
At least I think it's too late to turn off. It's broken.
Well, since you're in another area like a kilometer away and we can't hear.
So over the comms, Aura goes, what did you turn on? Because now it's really chatty in there.
I'm not sure what he did. He turned something on.
Michael, as you start to work your way into the computer system, you're getting all of the, like, the turbo lifts and stuff like that. You're able to get those powered up. They don't seem to have a problem. They're pretty dumb. But at the same time, a lot of the computer control systems, like, you can't seem to get the security system to power up. You can't seem to get the central computer for the factory to actually come online. So you're basically just getting, like, auxiliary periphery systems. It looks like you could probably open the main warehouse door now, though.
Well, that's cool.
You cut off.
I know. I'm not entirely sure of my answer.
Michael,
Let's look and see what broke.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you popped something upstairs. We probably should check that out before we do anything else.
Yeah, make sure the place isn't on fire or something. Let's go look.
You can take the stairs or the turbo lift.
I'm taking the stairs.
I'm taking the stairs at this point.
Okay, cool. So you guys trudge up the stairs. It's a couple of stories up. So when you get to the top, if you're... What was that? That was crazy sounding. When you get to the top, if your willpower is, like... Either brawn or willpower is, like, a 3 or lower... I'm sorry, a 2 or lower, you're going to be, like, a little winded. Not a lot winded, but a little winded.
I'm good.
I'm set. Hey, Jack.
Yeah, Jack, you're constantly sending audio, it sounds like. Cool.
All right, so what do we see?
So you get up to the top, and you're now in a floor that looks... It's from where you come up, you go through a door. You've got those doors powered up, so when you get there, you're able to, press the switch, and it opens up for you, no problem. And you're standing in a room full of hallways, right? So it's hallways that lead into rooms and offices and stuff like that.
Oh, was there a chance while I was running with the computer, did I get any sort of internal schematic?
So you guys already have all that stuff, at least as far as the city is concerned. You have the official schematics, so there wouldn't be anything other than that in the building. like in the building computers. But you already have
Okay.
that. I'm gonna assume that Oro sent that to one of your data pads, because that's sort of your thing.
Yeah, no, I was told this is a thing that we need to look into. I looked into it, shared it with the party, because was not told not to do that.
Right.
I'm gonna listen to see if I can figure out where that came from and see if we can find it.
Okay. Let's give a.
I'm just gonna follow my node.
Let's have both of you give me a quick perception check. You're going to be at a 2 black die penalty, and it's just going to be a straight no difficulty. Let's see how you do.
So just .r perception.
.r perception KK. Okay, so you get a success and an advantage. Awesome. God damn. Y'all are killing it. Okay, so
On
you
fire.
both sort of come to the resolution at the same time that it sounds like there's some like light crackling coming from the end of the hallway that you're standing in front of, and also you can smell Taz a little bit of like an electronic burned smell coming from that direction. So you guys, you have advantages. If you have ideas for what you would like to do with the advantages, let me know what those are. I have some ideas, but like I'd love to hear what you guys might want in the environment.
Well, considering the fact that probably gonna end up needing to repair this, I'd like to burn the advantages for when I see it to know what it is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I was wondering if there's any sort of like fire like suppression equipment or anything.
Yeah, so when you guys are headed down the hallway, Michael remembers, oh yeah, if I can get to one of the things next to the offices, I can totally turn on a fire suppression if I need to. Because at this point, like, the auxiliary systems are all powered up.
Okay, good. So if there's a fire, he can do something about it.
Yep, absolutely. Cool. So you guys head down the hallway, question mark?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. You get to the end of the hallway, and you can tell almost right away. You open the door to this room. There doesn't appear to be any fire in there, but you can sort of hear the popping of where the transistors are just not working anymore, or probably not transistors because it's Star Wars, but like the electronic parts are like throwing electrical charge instead of working normally. So Taz, you're able to like, you come into the room and you're like, ah, damn it, we blew some circuit and also fried the whole central like motherboard, basically. However computers work in Star Wars.
That's a lot for 2 threats, but okay.
So it's not, the computers are not destroyed. It's just like basically the thing that everything connects to. When I say motherboard, I mean to say like the part of the computer that everything connects to in order to be able to work.
Okay, what are the possibilities I can fix that?
Fix it on the spot, probably not. But based on your like wandering around the city and meeting with people in the underworld, it doesn't seem unreasonable that you might not be able to find one. I mean, it seems like pretty standard.
Alright, so this is going to take a little legwork, but I should be able to fix this and get everything up and running today.
All right, well, let's put that on the back burner, and we should be, clear out this building first. Can we like cut the power to this thing so it doesn't like, I don't know, start a fire?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So this is the central computer system. So if you shut this down, all of the auxiliary systems will still be working. It's just when you power up the building, everything comes on.
Unfortunately, security is tied into that, so I'm not going to be able to do a quick search of the...
Security is going to be a different subsystem. So
Well, from here, can I see about getting that online?
Yeah, from this room, this looks like it's probably the central server room. You're able to get the security systems online. You can control the locks, the turbo lifts, the doors, like the outside doors. And now you're seeing that on the roof, it looks like there's actually a pad to land an airspeeder on.
Oh, that's nice. Can I run a general diagnostic of the building, figure out what systems are damaged and which one?
Sure. Go ahead and make me a computers roll, difficulty 3 this time, because you're already in. And you're going to have a 2 black die, again, because you're sort of missing the central computer.
Does he have the screens up for, like, on the security system?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's, like, some surveillance and stuff like that you guys can start to get a look at.
I'm going to scan through that while he does what he's doing.
Okay.
I doubt a code breaker or bypass security is going to help me, huh?
In this case, Codebreaker might. I'm not sure what that does offhand.
It says, let's see here. Break codes or decrypt communications. Yeah. Remove 1 black die per code breaker from checks. Break codes or decrypt.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely okay with that, because you're, in the end, one of the things that you're having to do is get into this system that you're not entirely familiar with.
Sweet. It also says I can actually lower the difficulty, so that'd bring me down to 2 purple, 1 black.
Yep.
All right, so 1K, 2P.
Cool.
Oh, holy hell.
Okay, cool. So let's see. Got 4 successes. So the systems that are online, it looks like the basic communication systems are online. The security systems are definitely up. All of the physical logistics systems, doors, locks, all of that kind of stuff is up. Also, the airspeeder bay appears to have a sort of a shield, the same way that a starship would, because it's facing the top of the building. You can extrapolate that maybe that's to protect from things falling into the hangar. The things that are problematic in here are that you aren't really able to control the communications. The dish looks like it's probably damaged to the point where it's either going to have to be replaced or majorly overhauled. So you can't actually, like, use the communication systems, even though the internal communications are working.
So it's just a project.
Yeah, exactly. Also, the cameras that are in the basement rooms, so like the basement storage parts of the warehouse, the cameras don't appear to be working down there.
Curious.
And based on your
If
schematic,
that's the
you know
place
that's
smugglers
the
are
area.
going to be, it'd be.
Based on the schematic, you know that that's the area where the cave-in was, because it was underground. And I believe, you may not remember this because you didn't remember me telling you about the building. You had been told, Michael, that there is a cave system underneath this building, and that smugglers were using, and that smugglers thought that they could use this building to access a cave system that would bring them all the way out into the woods.
That'd be something good to check out.
Mm-hmm.
So the cameras are down in the basement.
Yep.
And that's probably leading to the cave system I'd heard about around here.
All right, shall we go check it out?
And Onus, as you're looking at the other cameras, you're seeing pretty much everything's all clear. The lab area has a lot of like workbench type stuff. It's got like some research equipment, but it looks like it was all just kind of abandoned. It's all, a generation old. There doesn't appear to be any other people on the cameras you can see.
Well, I think Oro's going to enjoy the lab, that's for sure.
It looks like this is an okay place, though I don't see a charging port.
You know what? I'm
Let's
okay
head
with
down.
that.
Let's head down to the basement. Maybe we'll find something.
I mean, if there is one, I just don't see it yet. I mean, I'm flipping through all the cameras right.
Over the comms. No charging port?
Give me a second, I'm still looking.
Need charging port?
Yep, that's it. The resistance can't be on this planet. We don't have a damn charging report for the droid. Everyone quit, get in the ship, we're leaving.
Okay, so you guys are able to go search through search the building through the cameras. I'm gonna say let's take a quick 9 or 10 minute break so that everybody can get water, stretch their legs, grab a little snack if you need it. We'll call it like 9 o'clock roughly that we'll kick back up.
All right,
Cool.
but I'd like to do one thing before we log off.
Bree,
Wait,
that's Evie's bedtime at 9 o'clock. Is there any way we could?
Well, let's go for another 10 minutes and then we can start the break at like just before 9.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
I totally forgot about
Ona?
that.
Yes.
Would you mind going to the front door?
Sure. Why?
It's just something I want to do. Give me a second.
You want me to leave you here by yourself, and we go to the front door?
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Oh, what about the oranges too that I was supposed to deliver? Because that was a thing.
You guys still have them. You haven't heard contact from
Heard
Halo Fisk
them.
yet. Sorry.
What
I
did
didn't-
you? What? Go ahead.
You guys haven't. You haven't gotten contact from Halo Fisk yet to go pick them
Oh.
up.
Oh, okay.
So, honest, just tell him to come on in. I'll open the door.
If you open the door, everyone's going to see that. You realize that, right? Aren't we supposed to be, keeping the deal? They can come in the same way that we did. Plus, we
there's
haven't.
a bunch of cutoff.
Oh, I said they can come off the same way. They can come in the same way that we did. Because if you open the door, then the whole city is going to know that there's people in here.
Bree, aren't we on the outskirts?
Yeah. So like the people that are around you might notice that this warehouse is opening, but at the same time, this is a pretty big city. Like probably tens of millions of people in this city alone. So the likelihood that they're gonna know the intimate details about this building, like it's not unreasonable to think maybe somebody's buying the building.
Oh, all right. I'm being overly cautious, I guess.
You're the sniper. That's your job.
Well, there you go.
And
But,
I'm the slicer. I want to thank.
I would say based on like the canvassing that the other folks are doing around the neighborhood, it doesn't seem like anybody really pays attention to this building. Like this has probably been abandoned long enough that most of the people that aren't most of the people that aren't Jujana's age or older probably don't even remember when this was a working factory. Yes, that's right. I just said that, Cam. Look right into the camera angrily.
Hey,
Very
teach you
well.
to respect your elder.
Very well. I'll use my calling to tell the others that they can come in. Just don't go downstairs because we haven't cleared that area yet. But I'm not leaving the room. Sorry.
And once they head for the front doors, I am going to open that up remotely.
Okay, cool. So as you guys start to get to the front of the building, what previously looked like it was just a Durasteel wall lifts up like a warehouse door would, and about the bottom 2/3 of it probably about the width of. I mean, probably about the width of the Aurora. Rolls up into the ceiling. And now you've got a big open warehouse. The sun is shining into it at this point, or the stars, the sun. We'll go with the sun. The sun is shining into the warehouse now, and you can see that it's just dark and dusty and dirty, and there's junk scattered all over the place.
And since I know Oro's in the internal communications, I'm going to use one that just says to him, "Come."
You cut out at the end of there, sorry.
Oh, I'm just going to have a communication end up going to Oro saying, "Come on."
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Gio was not paying attention. Who's with me again? Like, am I by myself a kilometer away, or is someone with me?
I believe Fallon's still in that area.
Okay. Yeah, should we go?
And shove.
Don't forget, guys, do not go downstairs yet.
All right, so, yeah, Oro will pack up his scan equipment, which shouldn't take more than a couple minutes tops, and then we'll head on over.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Hey, do we have a speeder?
At the moment, you do not.
That was more intended for in character.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We do not, but we could get one.
And we do. I do believe we have a little shuttle as part of the Aurora.
That's true. The shuttle is small enough that the shuttle is small enough that you could use it roughly like an airspeeder. It doesn't have like light speed or anything like that. It's basically just a really small shuttle that would allow you to dock with another ship if you didn't want to dock the whole ship with another ship. It's not the Phantom from Rebels. It's a really small, like, 2-seat shuttle.
Yeah, the fighter would be a bit too good for this.
I was gonna say the Phantom was awesome. Too bad.
I mean, eventually, you guys can definitely
You mean the
outfit
Ghost?
the ship. You can. No, I mean the little shuttle. The Ghost
Oh,
was the full ship.
the tail end. Got it.
Yeah. So you guys don't have something that big. You've got something maybe half that size, and it's not very maneuverable, and it's basically an escape pod. It can comfortably fit 2 and uncomfortably fit 4, which is to say the crew of the ship is normally 4. Okay, so are you guys going to call the rest of the group to come to the building also, or is it just going to be like the 4 of you?
I see no reason not to at this point.
Okay.
Oro will go like just inside, and wherever he's told to set up, he'll start scanning from the inside of the building.
Yeah, awesome. So in that case, we're just coming up on 9 o'clock, so we're gonna take our break now, so that Sarah can go put the chillin' to bed. The childlin? I don't know.
The shitlins.
Yeah, whatever. We're gonna
Mine are already in bed.
take our break now. We'll go. We'll say 15 minutes just to make sure that there's enough of a buffer. So 9:15. We'll be back.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Hello, everybody. So we're back. We did just lose one person. Jujana the Gungan general had to head out.
He had to take a nap. He's old.
Yeah, so we're gonna sort of boom time Jujana as you guys get into the building. Jujana goes and finds like some office and starts doing that old man thing of like setting this office up. This is gonna be his war room. Oh my god. Tony, get down. Why are you taunting your dog, Raina? Okay, so
Your cat is allied with the Empire.
I think all cats are, at
I
least
don't even know where
most.
my cats are.
You take that back.
They are clearly aligned with the Dominion.
So I've been scanning this whole time. Bree, did I get anything?
In the areas that you can get to, not so much. You do get a scan of from the center of the warehouse floor. There's like a bay where stuff would be lowered down into another storage chamber below. And you get something because that's a little thinner than the floors. There's some electronic things down there. Droids maybe?
Ooh.
Medical scanner. Am I getting life signs or anything?
Through the floor? No. In the room? Yes, you get... What's that? 1, 2, 3, 5? Maybe?
What room are we in right now?
So I'm not sure. I figured you might still be up in the computer room, but...
Yeah, I am, and I would like to talk to Miss Val.
Breaking up.
Miss Val.
If you say that over the communicators, I guess go to where you are.
Yeah.
With a Wookiee.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So, you want the good news or the bad?
Bad news first, I guess.
Okay, the motherboard is fried, and we're going to need a new one.
Do you have any idea how much that's going to cost?
Bree.
Well, for now we'll say block credits. It's going to be like a couple of thousand at least.
Okay. Ouch.
Well, it is a motherboard for the entire building, so...
Right, you're basically replacing a building's computer.
Okay, I mean, it's expected to be expensive.
Yep. After all, building this base is sort of the whole story arc for this part of the campaign, so...
While they talk, I'd like to take the Wookiee and see what we can do about the basement.
So that would involve having to talk him out of following Runboss around.
I mean, I think I'm pretty safe right here.
You're standing next to a former Imperial that calls me a carpet. Not feeling it.
I forgot that he was the bodyguard.
I mean, we can all go downstairs. I'm sure it'd be a great expedition. It would be a party opportunity, be team building exercise, whatever other bullshit we want to throw out there.
We can do that in a second. So I know Oro has some ideas on how to make money, so we can use that to hopefully make money and rebuild the motherboard.
Oh, I had a thought too, actually.
What is that?
Well, I picked up some seeds while we were on that in that like farmers market because there were so many problems with getting fresh food. So I thought maybe we could sell fruits and vegetables or something. I don't know if we could set this place up for hydroponics or we could just, plant it outside.
Raina, you think to yourself, that might be something that would endear you to the local populace. After all, your training is in getting people on the Alliance's side, right? So
Right.
you're like, actually, I bet people would like that around here.
So that is also a really great idea. One of us that's more knowledgeable in sciences can check to see if we can hydroponics in here. If not, we can think of something. I'm sure, even maybe a community garden or similar, so that the locals can have fresh food and learn how to make it themselves, so that they can be more self-sustainable, which would be good.
So let me make sure the water's running here. Is the water running here, Bruce?
It seems like in the lab, they have a connection to a rain collector on the roof, but as best as you can tell, connecting into like the city services, it doesn't appear like the computers that operate like the water systems and the sewer systems are actually functional at the moment.
Because they're connected to the motherboard?
It doesn't look like it, but it's possible that they are, or it's also possible that maybe they're just another auxiliary system that didn't come back up when you booted everything up.
Alright. So I don't have the water pump running yet. I can try and take a crack at it, but it's probably going to take some time.
I feel that maybe this should be a group effort between you. I know once it's safe, hopefully, I don't know if Oro has come in or not.
Oro brought his scanning equipment in, and he's somewhere scanning in wherever he was told.
So as you're scanning, Oro, you start to work your way upstairs. The office floors seem kind of boring to you. Like, you're really fascinated by stuff that moves and works, and these mostly seem like the first office floor seems mostly like offices. The second office floor is like, it seems like a lot of like meeting rooms, but then there's actually also a handful of what look like they're probably rooms where visitors from off-world might have stayed when they were here to visit the warehouse. So they're pretty nice, but I mean, they're a few decades since they were kept up. So, you move past that because, again, that's not machinery. It's not anything that really matters to you. And that's when you get up to the pièce de résistance for you, which is the lab level. And this is a two-story high... This is a two-story high lab where people were doing R&D, and they were, like, building prototypes and stuff like that.
Uh-oh.
But it's all sort of worn down and dilapidated, and it's all... at least one generation old of technology and stuff like that.
Retrotech is all the rage nowadays, so we're fine.
So,
Hey, Runwells.
Yeah, retro. Let's go with that.
Yes.
So I got this weird question. Call it a hunch like I had last time. Food, a place to sleep, a place to shit, a place to wash. Can we start with those and then run off and do the high-tech shit?
Sure.
I know, crazy idea, but, roof, water, food.
Why I'm trying to turn the water pump off.
Right.
And basement.
So, all right. I think this is a good plan of attack. We find the food shelter thing. Do not try to turn the water on, Michael. I feel that a group effort between you, Fallon, and Oro, that you're all, and the cobble.
Cobble would be good for food.
No, cobble
I got
would
the
not be good for food. I can't eat cobble.
Finding food for organic.
No. I don't want you to do that. What I want is everyone with all of the great computer background of making things work.
I've got the mechanical end.
Yeah, got some mechanics here too. This is out of character, but Riz is presumably back on the ship because did not declare coming along with
I mean,
the group
it's
here. But probably
cinematic, so
listening
if you
over-
wanted
yeah,
to be
listening.
there, you're more than welcome to be.
Well, probably listening over the comm link, given that there's no.
Okay, that's fine.
And so actually, it's fine. He'll kind of ask. So, do you guys want the Aurora to stay at port here, or come out there? Because I think there's enough room in the field to in the plains to put her down.
Let's not do that just yet, because I don't need to paint a giant target on our backs.
Yeah, I
while
was
we're
gonna say that's
researching
gonna
something.
draw way too much attention.
So.
Oh my god! I found initial blueprint prototypes for the S-37B. Oh my god! You know how rare these are?
Called it.
Okay.
Tell you what, I'll come meet you guys and help fix things up. I'll lock
I mean,
up the ship.
it's not
And
gonna
we
be an,
never saw Oro again.
it's not gonna be an overnight fix. What I'm gonna need is like lists of things that we can start with, and not everything's gonna get fixed like this week or probably even this month.
Hey, can I interject for a moment?
Okay.
So we know that there's like a cave-in or something downstairs, and considering that the sewers of a building and the pipes of a building tend to be in the bottom parts of it, we probably should check that out before we start trying to turn things on.
That's I don't want to turn things on until we've explored a little bit further and make sure we see if there's any problems or any dangers or anything, because again, there's also the basement that we need to check out.
Oh, there's some stuff down there, like probably droids, maybe? I don't know. Couldn't tell. We have to get down there. I don't know how to get down there. Anyone know how to get down there?
The stairs.
Oh yeah.
That catwalk that you found
Possibly
earlier,
the turbo.
Otis, the
Yeah.
catwalk that you found earlier, it looks like there is a not a trapdoor, but you know what I mean, like a thing on the floor. It looks like maybe that opens.
All right, I think I know where we could probably try and see if it will open up or not. If anyone wants to come with.
So why don't we break up into like finding quarters and like the entrance
Oh,
to the...
there's some rooms over here that are actually kind of swanky if you ignore the 30 years of dust.
Okay, we already know that that's a thing then.
Do we need to review the fact that we're rebels and we don't get to sleep in clean places yet?
That's why I said ignore the 30 years of dust.
I feel like that probably came off way more accidentally aggressive in Wookiee.
Yep.
I think that dust is within regulations, though.
Cobble does not matter. Need charging port.
Presumably shows up
Correct.
around,
Cobble does not matter.
but needs charging port. Riz probably shows up around this time and joins the group, not descending into the dungeon, but instead making places to sleep.
Cobble
So-
will search for food for the organics.
Now that you guys are milling about inside, anybody that's in the warehouse, you know you've got your airspeeder that's basically sitting right outside. Would you have flown it into the warehouse, or would you leave it outside?
I would have had it brought in so that we're not
Okay,
vicious.
no, that's totally cool. Would you guys have closed the door or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you, Michael?
There's no reason why it wouldn't.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure that they weren't gonna like try and close the door, and you were gonna be like, "I'm at the central computer. Fuck you, you do."
I'd have to open the door for them anyway.
Okay, so you know you guys are in the warehouse. It's closed. Only the emergency lights are on right now, so it's a little hard to see, but you've got enough light to function. So what are your groups going to be? I want to try and focus on some folks that weren't in the beginning of... weren't focused on at the beginning.
So one of the objectives is to find food, correct?
No, not yet.
I think there's. I think
that's a
there's
long-term objective.
basically two groups. There's going down into the basement, sewers, caverns, whatever, and then there's the group that's continuing to explore the upper levels of the compound.
So, Raina, who do you put in which group?
Oh, that's my responsibility?
You are the de facto base commander.
So, I believe that the people that can shoot things should probably go down into the dungeon. Not that it's necessarily a dungeon of death.
Why would I do that? I wouldn't do that to you.
I'm
You would
sorry, I was
totally
thinking
do
about
that.
my D&D game, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Dragons.
Sweet fucking god.
Literally in the name of the game.
Oh, you weren't there when I was like petting the dragon book, but
Dragon book. Okay.
I love that book. That's one of my favorites.
So I'd like to go into the basement maybe. In case we, I'm good at the talking thing in case we run across some smugglers, because I believe Oro said that there was a possibility of smugglers using this at some point.
There are reports, but they're kind of rumory, so who knows?
And actually, yeah, now that I look over my sheet a little more carefully and remember the character, yeah, no, he'd actually be totally up for venturing into the dungeon. He's good at shooting things. He is just very bad at getting shot. Let's not have that happen.
Isn't everyone?
Yeah.
And
except the Wookiee.
No, I don't like being shot either.
So
I don't think anyone likes being shot.
You organics are very fragile.
I think I'd like to go in down there too, since if I'm going to eventually help with rebuilding on that, I'd like to see what the damage is and what can be used.
And then, because I believe Michael can see some things from the computer thing, maybe stay up there and see like what we can. Or
All
is the
right. Well, once
computer
you get down in the
shot
basement proper, my cameras are shot.
down in the basement?
Smugglers probably disabled them, if they exist.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just the street Wookiee here, but you want to just hand me a camera and I'll carry it?
Can we do that?
It's just a
Steady
camera.
We could potentially hook up Cobble's optics to a monitor that Michael and I can watch.
Possible.
A little bit.
If that's
Wait, are you letting me fiddle around with Cobble?
What?
Cobble is letting you fiddle around with Cobble.
Last time I checked, the droids don't have a whole lot of letting on the category.
I'm also pretty sure that our I can't think of Cam's character. Our Jar Jar explicitly
Jujana.
said no. Yeah, Jujana explicitly said not to do that.
So I literally just
Jujana does
Basically-
not command.
I'm just connecting his optics to a monitor so we can watch it from a distance. That's all. It's
He
not
can
like
do that
I'm.
pretty easally himself, actually.
Okay.
Oh, there you
have,
go. See?
You have a communications suite, right, Cobble?
He has a comlink. Let me
You have
double check.
yeah, then that's fine. You have a comlink built in, so yeah, you can put your optical sensors connect through a comlink to someone's data pad. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll take a minute to set that up. Yay! We
All
have
right,
we
what
have
else are
Cobble
doing now?
POV Skype.
You finger somebody's data pad, and now they can see through your eyes.
Bree,
Yes.
Phrasing.
since there was some no, I believe that was on purpose. Since there were rumors about smuggling, is there any chance I know what kind of smugglers are in the region?
So
I'm guessing either ship parts or wet goods.
one of the things that's really big coming off this moon is like luxury food for the wealthy on the surface of Fondor. Because Fondor is pretty much a dead planet. It has been strip mined to the point where there is functionally no green left. So bringing rare fruits and like stuff like that, the moon doesn't really trade with Fondor that much because there's a little bit of animosity between the two still. So smugglers would probably be doing things like bringing those clementines down to the surface of Fondor.
I was more so referring to would I know any of the crew?
Oh, in this case, not really. I mean, there's enough of a population on this moon that there would be a bunch of different smuggling groups, and in this case, you heard rumors that there were smugglers working out of here, but not who.
Okay, it was just worth checking.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So Michael and I'll stay up top. Lucy will go down. Does that sound like what's happening?
What room are you guys in again?
The computer control room.
I'm in the lab, but I guess I could go over there and start helping Michael untangle these ancient equipment.
Well, once you're hooked into a data pad, we can pretty much look from wherever.
So does that sound like that's what's happening? Michael Oro stay upstairs, Rocio go to basement?
Yep.
I believe so.
Works
Sounds
for
good.
me.
Okay.
Adventure.
Seems like Michael and Oro have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I mean we'll keep an eye on the monitor that we've got through the hooked up to Cobble's optics, but we're gonna mostly I guess start trying to sort out the systems and figure out what we need.
Okay. So, folks headed downstairs. How would you like to get downstairs? There's basically a big door in the middle where they probably lower cargo down into the basement part of the warehouse. I guess the subterranean part of the warehouse. And then there's this door connected to a catwalk.
There was one that the one for cargo.
So we have a choice between the cargo, which is a lot less expected, but probably a lot noisier, or the quieter stairway that everyone would probably be watching if they're actually there.
The likelihood that there's going to be a way to walk down through that cargo hatch is probably pretty low.
Like that's going to be something you drop down through.
I feel that maybe going down stair-like thing with a
With a Wookiee in front?
That or Onus, because Onus is definitely also a very good shooter and stealthy. So
That's
I would
smart.
say probably Onus first. And Shavek second.
Sure.
I'm going first.
If you're okay with that.
Fine with me.
Okay, so you open up the hatch at the bottom of the stairs leading to the catwalk stairs, and it's incredibly dark down there. Like, there aren't any lights on down there. But from what you can see from the light in the on the ground floor, There are stairs there, and they look stable enough. They look like the catwalk stairs.
Can I see with my anything with my goggles?
You can
I
see
think
a
it
little bit further, so you can see
All right,
that.
so this is where the street Wookiee steps in again and hands you a glow rod. Says, "Try this. It's like a flashlight, except better."
So with your goggles, you can see that the catwalk stairs go down about 1 story, and then they hit another catwalk. With the glow rod there, you can now see that these stairs go to a catwalk, and then it's dark below the catwalk.
Okay. Thanks for the glow stick. Okay. So I can see down. I can see down that there's definitely stairs. I can see that there's another catwalk. After that, I don't see much of anything.
Bree, you said that the main door, the kind of the overhead door, was about the right size for the Aurora, right?
It was about as wide as the
so-
Aurora is, yeah. But
so
you wouldn't be able to
would it
fly
be-
the Aurora into the alley that it opens onto.
Gotcha.
I was just giving you like a
it
rough
does-
approximation of width.
Okay, so it does not look like this was set up for a ship to fly into.
No,
it looks like
definitely not.
ground transport vehicles and whatever. Okay.
So
It would take a hell of a piloting roll to try and fly straight at the ground and then kick your ass out at the very last minute to get in that door.
I like my ship too much. No.
that
Understood.
sounds
Yeah.
like some Han Solo done on a drunken dare bullshit.
It definitely
That sounds like episode 6.
You are not wrong.
We have four more games to get to that.
Hey, Hera did it first.
Oh.
Okay, so are you guys going to head down the stairs at all?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna head down.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, we'll go second.
Blast her out, obviously.
Is anyone going to stop the droid from going second?
Nope.
Cool.
Nope.
Okay. So our
I
marching
believe in
I'd
organic
have the
inorganic
droid go
natural selection.
first. He's easily replaceable.
No, he's gotta go second. That way we can, like, you know, we lose
He
our
also
camera
has
if
a
he goes.
scanner.
Our marching order currently is Onus, then Cobble. Y'all are both on the stairs now. And then we can sort of fudge who comes later. You guys get about halfway down the stairs, and now your glow ride is illuminating, and you're seeing that this is just another like warehouse room, but on the far side, they used the bedrock as the wall. So it's like three Durasteel walls and then a bedrock wall.
Am I picking anything up with my medical scanner?
At the moment, no.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Nope.
Is it cooler down here?
It is definitely cooler down here. So with your infrareds, you start to see the heat of something, but you can't quite tell what it is. It's definitely not a person. It's not warm enough to be. It's not warm enough to be a warm-blooded creature.
Are these macro binoculars?
I have the scanner goggles,
Okay.
so they're not quite as good.
Did Noro mention droid sounds?
You can definitely hear that there are a couple of droids walking around down on the floor, but you can't quite see it yet. But you can hear them like
So we have no
Anything-
idea what kind of droids they are.
they have a heavy gait.
Anything from back row binoculars?
Do we have
Can
another one
those
of
see in the dark?
I don't remember.
No, they don't. Hey, Bree.
Yes.
Do we have another glow stick?
I'm
I
sure
know
you
the
guys
central computer, but is there any chance any of the data and what this thing used to do is accessible?
What thing?
Well, I'm assuming there's some droids are designed to fulfill some purpose.
It says some of the macro binoculars actually have ultrasound, so I don't know if that would.
Yeah, that'll allow you to
Should.
do it.
Yeah, I'll allow it for like rough things that are making noise.
Ultrasound would be like echolocation, I think.
Right.
No, like ultrasound imaging. You know, like with yeah, well, it's kind of like echolocation, but not really.
I think that has more to do with seeing through things.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take or ask for the request of a glow rod stick thing.
How about I give you another one?
Okay, and I drop it down.
Okay. They're pretty resilient.
Yeah.
You drop it down. It looks like it falls about 1 story. So this warehouse floor is about the same height as the one on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And as it falls, you see stacks of crates. When it hits the ground, it bounces just a little and casts some light onto a stocky, boxy-shaped droid with big, thick feet and a couple of big, heavy-duty, like, grabber arms.
Fish, organic, do you see this?
What? Do I even have any druid knowledge? I describe it to, like, Oro or someone that is.
They can see it through.
All right.
Yeah, you could see
What does Oro know about this droid or anything at all just by looking
They
at it?
look like labor droids, like the kind of droids that pick shit up and move them around. Or this droid looks like.
It looks like they're just pretty standard labor droids. They pick up heavy stuff and move stuff around.
It walks into the sphere of the light now, picks up one of the crates, one of the cases, turns and walks toward the stone wall.
That's weird.
What is it doing? Why is it doing it?
It's gonna walk through that hologram.
Sorry?
Shavik just had an opinion, threw it out there. Don't worry about it.
Oh, my Skype
Makes sense.
dropped. Sorry.
I mean, once you guys clear the basement, I can take a look at it and see what its programming says, what its last order is.
Well, allow me to go on a bit of a limb. If there were smugglers here, and they were moving stuff, they might program the labor droids to move the stuff through the smuggling tunnels.
That makes sense to me.
Does sound like a reasonable assumption.
Gobble agrees with this, organic.
Yeah, and the droid would potentially have the programming of where specifically to go. That might be.
Maybe we can follow it.
That too.
Cobble starts to the end of the droid.
I can't hear you.
Cobble starts to go like down the stairs to
Like
see
that.
the other droids.
Okay, down to the first floor.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll move aside so he can go by me.
Riz
So
follows Cobble.
You clink, 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 clink with your 3-legged battle droid legs, so it's a little hard for you to go downstairs.
I thought it was 4.
No, it ended
Oh
up
no,
being 3.
it was 4, but he's missing one.
Every picture I've seen has 3.
They have 3. Yeah.
So you're making a bit of noise coming down these stairs, and you see a light on the ceiling, and you guys all hear a whirring.
Oh.
And I would like everyone to make me a vigilance roll with the .I believe. So if you do .I instead of .R, I believe that'll do initiative.
Oh. Goody.
Let's see.
That did not work.
Oh, okay. So in that case,
Or is it .I parens vigilance? Is that...
it's .I space R. So I just pulled up the help. Let's see. It's like that, but I don't have a character selected.
How do we select character?
There we go. Okay, so .I space R PC and then whatever your vigilance dice are. You may just be able to do parentheses vigilance. I'm not sure. I don't have a character selected, so I can't test it.
And then we actually specify our vigilance pool. So like, how do you? Would it just be YGG for yellow, green, green? We can just do parens vigilance. Cool. Yeah.
One die, 2 successes. Oh yeah.
So I think it says PC. Hold on. I have an idea. Because they're all coming up as PC.
Yeah, I think that field is actually meant to be
Boom.
your name.
Oh, that might be meant for your name. That's valid.
No braces, but take the braces out and just do
Yeah.
in the same place. Yeah, I think that's right.
I apologize. This is the first time we're using the initiative thing, so that's...
I don't know. Mine rolled 3.
Nope, it doesn't look like it works that way. That's annoying.
Hold on, let me look at the deck because it's possible that in like the thing I'll still be able to see it.
It looked like it was trying to give the actual user with each time it was bringing someone up.
It also might be more. There might be a better interface on the website side.
No, it doesn't look like there is.
No. That's. Oh yeah, no, it's just PC. Yeah, no, I see that. Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've got it there. If you guys can remember your successes and advantages, then we can still use the order. You'll just have to remember what your successes and advantages were.
Damn.
So, mine is what this. It says 3.1.
So 3.1 is that's what I rolled. 3 successes, 1 advantage.
Correct.
So I think I have first initiative.
And then I rolled just 3 successes.
Did you?
Yeah. Right there. Runa's Fall, 3 successes.
Oh, cool. Okay. So the first number is. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the first number is successes. The second number is advantages. Yeah, that's correct.
So 0-3 for me. It looks like.
Was there there is an NPC role on the list? Was that something? Was that?
That's me.
So okay, cool. Okay.
Woohoo! Last was 0.2.
So it looks like 2 PCs rolled 2 and 2. So does that mean we're going to go in the order that we rolled, or how's that going to work?
You guys can figure out which one you want to go first.
I think mine was the same as the NPC.
In that case, PCs always go first. PCs always go before NPCs.
Okay.
Who also did 2.2?
I did.
Okay, you can go first. Do you want to go first or?
I mean, I, it's a, I don't care.
No. Let the droid go first. I'm sure he'll keep walking into the line of fire.
Yep.
And it also makes sense because he did declare that he would be
The one in front.
yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he can go first.
So it's
So,
So Riz is,
3.1 PC.
yeah, that's me.
Okay. You're up.
So we hear a whirring sound from above. That's
Yep, and there's a red light.
And that's all I got, huh?
Yep.
Is the red light in roughly the same direction as the whirring sound?
It sounds like the whirring sound is coming from the spot where the red light is.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna raise my blaster.
Okay.
Question mark? Yeah, my holdout blaster, and fire at the direction of the red light specifically, because that is a
So
relatively easy target.
the difficulty on that is going to be for this shot. Come here, fucker. The difficulty on this, I believe, is going to be a 2. Yeah, ranged attack. This is medium. Yeah, this will be a 2. And you're going to have 3 red dice because you can't see in the... I mean, 3 black dice, Jesus. 3 black dice because you can't see in the dark.
I can see it. I can aim at a light. Come on.
Okay, well, in that case, if you're aiming at this light, then it would be a difficulty 5. And I mean... So aiming at the light is difficulty 5 with 1 black die. Aiming in the area of the light is difficulty 2 with 3 black dice. Because you're basically cold shotting on something the size of an eye from medium range.
Yeah, I guess we'll just go for the general area of the light. And this is ranged light with a holdout blaster?
Yep.
+1... No, you said +3 black?
Correct. And those are K.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Boy. Well.
So you shoot, and you make contact, but
it now knows where you are.
Dun dun dun.
okay. So you shoot at it. You make contact, and then a blaster bolt comes down at you from that spot. Let's see, what was my 8? Okay. And it is also... Okay.
Yeah, the problem with blaster bolts in a dark area is it suddenly kind of tells everyone where you...
Yep. Come on, fucker, where are you? Okay, so... Yeah, no, that's totally what it is. So it shoots you for 1, which if you have any soak, that negates whatever your soak is. I believe everyone starts with a soak equal to their brawn, question mark?
I have a soak of 1.
Okay, so you would have taken 1, but you sort of, like, just get out of the way in time. But you're adding a black die to the next time you... to the next action you make.
Great. Okay. Who's 3-0?
Okay, yep, 3-0. We are on
Get the
next
fuck out of the way. Like, I don't shoot. I'm not a whatever. I
Mhm.
move so that I am not in the fucking way.
Okay, so you move to a point where you are now long range from this thing, so it's going to be harder for it to try and shoot you.
That is fine by me.
Okay. Now we are on 2-2.
So all of what Cobble has seen is there's a whirring sound. Somebody shot it, and now it went back at them.
Mm-hmm.
Who? Onus, you're the closest to Cobble, right?
Yeah.
Cobble is going to physically put himself between you and the light.
Okay, so you're going to defend, basically?
Yep, and also like cover because it's, haha, I am droid.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. Using my my goggles, can I see anything more than anyone else?
So at this point, this droid is moving enough that it's starting to heat up a little bit. And with your infrared, you can see that what this is basically a, like a turret. It looks stationary, but it's basically a turret that has a 360-degree arc planted into the ceiling.
I see. Can I shoot it?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Can I use true aim to do so?
Yeah. So right now you're at a difficulty 3 because you're in long range. You guys were almost at the floor. So you're at difficulty 3. And your goggles are going to negate the 3 black dice because you can actually see it.
All right. I'm not sure exactly how true aim works.
I don't have it right in front of me. Let's see.
I can read it to you. Once per round, may perform a true aim maneuver to gain benefits of aiming and upgrade combat check once per rank of.
Oh, okay. So, what the upgrade is you would upgrade if you have any green dice, you would turn that into a yellow die. So there's the caret symbol. If you do your roll and then at the end of it you put the caret symbol, that will upgrade one of your dice. And then you're gonna do PP. So you do like, your skill, and then caret, and then PP.
I also have deadly accuracy, which is a passive effect.
Mm-hmm. What's that one do?
Choose one combat skill, which would be ranged light.
Right.
Add damage equal to ranks in that skill to one hit of successful attack made using that skill.
Okay, so if you hit, you can add damage equal to your rank in that.
Nice.
Okay, so I just hit. So I just want to make sure I have this right before I roll. Dot R ranged light caret PP.
Yep.
Not bad.
Oh, damn it! That gave you fucking A. Whatever. We'll go with that. Just give you the advantage instead of the upgrade because it's not caret. I think it might be star. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. Okay, so you hit for 1 success, and you have 2 advantages, which if you have a book open and you go to page 219, there are some things that you can do with advantages. Like, for instance, take another maneuver immediately, or give a penalty to the thing that you just shot.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to give it a penalty.
Okay? So it's going to gain a black die on its next action.
Do I just get to do one thing, or do I get to...
So in order to give it a penalty, that would be both of your advantages.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. Are you going to use your ability to add damage to this roll?
Yes.
Perfect.
5 ships which you can buy.
Of course, this is when my pen dies.
Oh,
Okay, 2.0.
Yeah, that's me. Is there any available cover from where I am?
At the moment, y'all are basically on a catwalk, so not a
No is
ton.
completely acceptable. That's but rule
Yeah, no,
one.
not
get
really.
cover. All right, then I will apply the bowcaster at long range to the target that is shooting at us, because that's not kind.
Okay. So that's going to be difficulty 3, and 3 black dice because you can't see in the dark.
Okie dokie. How does this work? Help me out.
So you're going to do .r space, and then I think
It's ranged heavy.
yeah. So in parentheses, do ranged heavy, and then immediately after the parentheses with no space, you're going to do KKK PP. Just like that. God damn. That was a hell of a roll.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
I will choose to add 2 damage to that with my barrage ability because I'm at long
Awesome.
range.
Yep. And with 1 advantage, you can either recover a strain, you can add a blue die to your next allied active character's check, you can notice an important point in the conflict, inflict a critical injury, or activate a weapon's ability, which I don't know that your bowcaster has an ability.
It is cumbersome. It cannot use knockdown on the thing in the ceiling. No.
No, correct. I would argue that maybe a good use of that advantage would be, say, something that would enable the lights to get turned on.
Yeah, I was gonna go with that. Unexpected. The Wookiee's smarter than he looks, and go with the single important point of how do we fix this darkness shit.
So you're pretty much at the top of the catwalk still, because to be at
And
long range,
I shine my glow stick at it.
So you're basically at the top of the catwalk. You take your shot, and bowcasters, like the quarrel coming out of a bowcaster makes a shitload of light, right? Yep. So as you shoot, you see next to you there's the kind of button that you would use to open the door, but it's got like an up and down, and then next to it there's another button. You mash that button, and all the lights come on.
Shiny. Literally.
Yeah. Okay, so where the fuck is my third NPC? Confused, but
He ran away in karmic fear.
Fucking apparently. Okay, so Onus and Cobble, you guys are pretty much on the first floor. And at this point, the builder droid, you can now see that there are 2 worker droids, and the one that's carrying the crate starts walking in your direction. And actually, the next one is immediately after that, so that one starts walking in your direction also.
Nah, that one, actually, I get before that since I had 0.3.
Oh, did you? I only see 1
Yeah.
0.3. That's weird.
If you scroll up, it's in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well. So you go first.
More concerned with the turret. Shoot at the turret now that the lights are on.
Okay, cool. So where in the marching order are you? Do you want to be like on the 2nd floor catwalk? Do you want to be closer to the ground, or do you want to be closer to the top of the catwalk?
The middle sounds about right.
Okay, so you're at medium range at the moment.
So I'll use my holdout blaster and shoot.
Okay, so it's difficulty 2.
Any black dice or just ranged light?
Nope. Just range light, PP. Oh, my other NPC is 1-1.
Wow.
What the
literal
fuck?
How?
Look what happens when you turn on the lights.
Oh, here we go.
I just
you
want to
might lose
transform.
your
You're
ammunition,
welcome.
but damn.
I'm really sorry, CB, but here we go. You shoot this thing. You're not used to shooting at things, so you shoot the blaster, and because you're concentrating on shooting this thing, you stumble, and you end up falling down the stairs, and you're prone at the bottom of the stairs. But you do 3 damage to this thing. Okay. It's fucked. Like, you shot a hole in that thing. It's not dead, but it's fucked.
I'll take it.
Okay, so now my NPC will go. It's the second one. He marches towards you guys. And the third NPC that was supposed to go on 2-1 but isn't in that list for some reason is the droid up top. So he's going to take another shot at... Who shot him at him? Oh, no, he's going to take a shot at fucking CB on the ground.
Okay.
So let's see what we got here. Oh, no, wait, that's not right.
Don't forget the black die.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, shit, you're right.
That looks like it's gonna hurt. A bunch.
Okay. So, what the fuck?
It's okay. I'm sure CB's got a backup.
It's a good one.
Okay, so it lets out a barrage of fire. What the fuck can you do with 2 triumphs? Holy shit!
Always a good sign.
I'm fucking here with that. Okay, so it lets out a barrage of fire. It shoots you for 2 damage, which you can reduce your soak, and then you take that many wound strain or whatever it's called.
3 soak, so
Oh,
2 strike.
so you take no strain because you have a 3 soak. But one of the shots in the barrage shoots your blaster and it explodes in your hand. It doesn't do any damage, but your blaster's gone.
Okay.
Additionally, the worker droid carrying that crate, this barrage is almost a spray, and it blasts the head of that worker droid, and the droid drops the crate and falls over dead.
No!
Okay, so we are at 0.2.
Hi. I would like to look for the protocols of those droids so I can give them commands.
At the moment, you'd have to actually, like, connect to it, so you're not going to be able to do it remotely.
Alright,
Hey, Bree.
Yes.
yeah, I got nothing. I'm done.
Gio, aren't you remote?
Yeah, up in the main room, up in the main control area or whatever. Yeah, so. If we can't control any of the subsystems from the main control area, then I'm done.
Since the lights got turned on, did any of the other subsystems turn on?
You can't actually see... It looks to you like the subsystem is off still. It's disconnected from that main computer. From that main computer area.
Right, because I can see through Cobble's eyes.
Right. So it looks like the systems have fired up in Subbasement 1, but like the subsystem like group for Subbasement 1 is still not accessible from like the central computer room.
So not much I can do.
Correct. At the moment. That's probably
No
the
worries.
thing you guys are going to have to do.
It's on the list.
Yeah,
It's
smugglers
becoming
probably
a
cut
long
them off.
list.
Okay, so we're going to loop around to the top of the order, unless somebody didn't go and for some reason isn't in the list.
Technically me, but that was because I didn't think I could affect it.
Top of the round. Loss.
Well,
Okay, so round 2.
Yeah. Now that I can see it, I'm gonna shoot that turret again because it's still operational and it's scary and it shot
Yep.
it.
Okay, so difficulty 2 again. But you are at 1 black die, as I recall.
1K, yeah.
Yep.
And 2 PP.
Yep, correct. Okay, so you don't hit it, but you have 2 advantages in the environment. That could be to allow you to do another free maneuver, or to do an immediate free maneuver. It could be to give a red die to the target.
Does an attack count as a maneuver? Can I?
I think so. Let me double check. I mean, it appears to be to me. Assist. Get prone. Actually, I don't believe it is. A maneuver is different than an action, so attacking would be an action.
Okay.
A maneuver is like assisting someone, guarded stance, interacting with the environment, managing your gear, mounting or dismounting something, moving.
All right. Well,
standing up from prone.
I would very reasonably assist Phelan in standing up from being prone.
Okay, so first you're gonna have to move down to him, which will be like that'll be your free maneuver. So you can you basically slide down the edge of the stairs in order to get down to the bottom of them, and now you're in long range.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are gonna pop down to 3.0. I don't actually remember who that is.
That's me. So, I'm not a combat character.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can fair escape if you'd like.
I mean, yeah, because there's I just don't know what I can do. It's not like there's humans here for me to fast talk, you know?
Right. No, you just now that the lights are on, all you see are these 3 droids, and one of them just got downed by the sentry droid that's hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm going to fair escape and hope no one thinks any worse of me because I was literally here in case there was smugglers to sweet talk.
Yeah, totally fine.
All right. Because I think I kind of need to live to talk diplomacy another day.
Yeah, totally. So in that case, we'll jump to 2.2.
So there are ones moving towards us.
Mm-hmm. There's one moving towards you now. One of them got shot
by its ally.
And there doesn't look like to be anyone on any of the organics are injured, correct?
At the moment, no.
Cool.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no nobody. Because somebody has a soak of 3. I'm going to shoot the turret.
Okay.
So that's a dot
Fucking blaster arm.
Yep.
Okay. So it's you're on the ground, so it's a difficulty 3, but you don't have any negatives or penalty die or whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah. So that's dot ranged light.
Yep. And then PP immediately after the parentheses.
Or triple P, because on the
Oh
ground.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 Ps. What the fuck?
Oh,
you put a
good.
space.
Hold on.
Like I said, immediately after the parentheses.
Oh fuck. So that
Oh,
changes.
Fuck.
Okay, so you don't get any successes.
Yep.
The threats cancel out the 1 advantage, so there are 3 threats. So you
Yep.
don't hit it.
Oh god.
This is what
Well,
happens
it
when
was
the
nice
gets into a
knowing you.
firefight.
So you're shooting up at this droid, and you shoot across the room. Instead of shooting at the droid, you shoot across the room, and you hit a control panel, and all the lights turn off again.
Damn it.
Okay. So now at 2. Oh, still at 2.2. So this is going to be Onus.
I just kind of curse and I shoot at the thing in the ceiling.
Okay. So you can still see in the dark, or at least you can see this thing in the dark. So you're just at difficulty 3.
So I just hit, so it's dot arp ranged light PPP.
Yep, correct.
Ouch.
Oh my god.
That's it. Everyone go to your rooms.
So
Yeah,
you go to
maybe we
shoot, and
just
Cobble
need to-
gets in your way, and you trip over him, and now you've fallen prone. But additionally, you have 2 advantages with which to do something. So you could perform a free maneuver to immediately stand right back up again.
This is turning into a Three Stooges routine.
I was thinking
You
the same.
You could add a blue die to someone who's about to shoot
That's
soon.
true, you could do that.
Like, I don't know, the Wookiee.
It's true.
Carabast. And then I'm gonna give him a blue dice.
Okay.
I mean, die.
Now the turret fires, because for some reason that initiative didn't show up in the list.
This should be fun.
It was shooting at CB because CB just fucked it up.
Yep.
But it is also
I'm
shooting
sorry.
at Zark again.
Can I bug you for a second?
Sure.
It says 3 failures and 2 advantages. So does that mean I only have? Do I have 1 to spend, or?
So the failures and advantages don't cancel each other out.
Okay, so by giving a blue die, that's only 1, right?
It's 2. That's 2 advantages. Or 1 triumph. Oh.
On the table it says 1.
Oh, so are you, Vance, are you the immediate next person after this NPC?
I am.
You're at 2.0? Oh, so it would only
I
be
am.
1. So you could actually
So-
give Vance 2 blue dice.
Oh, I was gonna give him 1 and then stand up.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, no, I'm totally fine
That
with
seems
that.
like perfectly reasonable choice.
Yeah, absolutely. What the fuck did I do? Why did I roll 3 N's? What does that even mean? I meant to
Dark
do 3
side, it
black.
looks
I'm
like.
sorry. Oh,
I'd-
What? I'm confused.
Is that
I
like
meant
a
to do
Jedi
K's,
roll?
not N's.
Yeah, you rolled a Jedi roll.
Surprise!
Okay, so 3 successes.
Oh,
and
this
a crit.
escalated quickly.
So it's a dark side droid.
Fuck!
So it shoots at CB, and CB just like fucking sloughs it off. It hits his. You have armor, right, CB? Like you've got heavy clothing or something.
Yeah, heavy clothing.
Okay, so it hits you, but like it sort of just like doesn't penetrate your armor at all, and it suffers a strain. And that shot, it takes the shot, and then it sort of starts to smoke, and the light goes out, and the blaster arm goes limp.
So I did manage to kill it. By being a target.
Okay, whatever works, I guess.
Okay, so at the moment, all that's left is that worker droid. I'm going to say that you guys are more than welcome to just subdue the worker droid. Like, it's going to try and fight you, but it's rolling, like, GG on a brawl check, so it's not going to be successful very often.
I kind of want to see what Vance rolls with those 2 extra die, or the 1 extra die, I guess. But
I mean, if you want to shoot that other worker droid, Vance, you're totally welcome to.
Are you giving us a mitigation, a mediation of it dies and we're good? Because if I roll and get 3 botches, I'll be bad.
I'm giving you a mediation of you subdue it and don't have to kill it.
Sounds like a fine plan. I'll take that over botching my roll.
Okay.
Fair.
So that puts us at 10:28, which is I promised to let you guys go by 10:30. So if there are any last things that you would like to do, let me know. Otherwise, I found a downtime system in one of the other Star Wars books, so I'm gonna message you guys about that in the in between games, so that you guys can do something with your couple of days that you have. Like, you know, each of you can take an action to do something, like barter or fix something or something like that.
So,
so I got something.
Taz and I are kind of coming up with a to-do list. Okay. So we're doing that in the chat. So once we figure that out, that will be the end for us.
Okay, cool. Vance, what were you gonna say?
So as long as Jack is okay with the role play, Shafiq's gonna wander past the cobble, grab it by what it's considered to be a collar, walk it to wherever the charging port is down here that these droids must be using, and stick him at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Never, ever go first again.
I don't know what actually happens.
Ever.
I don't know what actually
happens.
I don't actually know what happens when droids start to charge, but don't they like turn off?
Not necessarily.
Okay, good.
They can choose.
They do, or like C-3PO does.
Yeah.
Well, he first requests to Luke if he can turn himself off.
Right. So you can charge and not be shut down, but you're not really able to move if you're not if you're charging.
I can just imagine him fucking just being plugged in and then shutting off. But he's like, hey, stay awake, I'm fucking dying over here.
And then just shutting off so that you don't listen to it. That's kind of...
Oh my god.
As Shavik's like dragging Cobble across the way, Onus goes, "Stay out of my way, Nick."
You get off.
Hey, while you guys are down there, can you see if there's any subsystem switches that can get turned on?
I don't know if there are any. I think the only one we had of use was down here was shot.
There is still one, but one could argue that perhaps the circuit has now been fucked up and needs to be fixed.
When Cobble wakes up, remind him the next time he's doing surgery, I'm coming in and playing with the gas. I'm going to be really useful medic with him.
Oh my god.
Really?
You know what you look like to me, Cobble? After all that shenanigans, you look like to be an oversized thermal detonator. I'm going to hurl you into combat. The Wookiee is unhappy.
Clearly. Okay.
He will go upstairs.
I just want to wrap because I promised you guys I'd let you out by 10:30. So everybody's gonna get 10 XP for this session. Anyone who has combat victory is going to gain one duty. Anyone who has support is going to gain 1 duty, and Oro is going to gain 2.
Woo!
Support, you said?
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
What was? Where did we write that down again on our sheets?
I don't remember.
Which thing? Duty?
Yeah.
I think that's ultimately controlled by the G.
It's under character details.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, the obligation, duty, moral.
That's the one.
I'm never going to hit my.
Why?
Cobble's at friggin' 8
I feel
duty.
the exact same way.
It's the communication facilitation.
And at some point, you guys are going to have to do something involving getting your communications up and running.
It's just gonna take. Yeah.
Hey, I've got sabotage. I kind of don't think that that's going to happen.
No, Cobble got that one for you.
Fair.
I'm gonna say, you know what? For intelligence, you guys sort of like went and did some scouting and found out information. Michael, I'm gonna give you 1 also for that.
Cool, I'm up to like 6.
Yep, so that puts you at 6. That means that now someone will. That puts you guys at a total of 64 duty currently. So you only need 36 more in order to go up in Rebel Contribution. One could argue maybe you're going to go up in Rebel Contribution right around the same time that this base is up and operational.
Or Cobble blows it up.
Or Cobble blows
So
it up.
far, I'm the only one who's blown anything up.
In which case, you'll go up in Rebel Contribution because you rid the rebellion of that droid.
Noted.
You said, sorry, 10 XP?
Yeah,
What?
10 XP.
Why do you think Cobble was put with all the non-humanoids, the non-humans?
Wait, is he our Gur?
I'm gonna switch the stream off now, and if you guys want to talk to me about spending XP, hang out for a few minutes.
I got it. Cobble is our Gur.